Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm a self-love and embodiment coach. What that means is I help people love and accept themselves with who they truly are, and I help them embody and align themselves with their true selves and with their vision and with their dreams. Now, on that note, I'm also going to be talking on this channel about trauma, mental health, law of attraction, and spirituality. So if that's your boat, press the subscribe button, the notification bell, and like this video. So today, what I'll be talking about is kind of my story, where I'm coming from, and why I feel the need to make this kind of content and to help people through my coaching regarding self-love and alignment and just working through the emotions that come with being a human on this planet and going through tough things. So the reason why I embarked on this journey and decided to start coaching and creating content about self-love and all these things is because I've had a really difficult upbringing. So, hi Katie. So I went through trauma from a really young age. My life was drastically changed at the age of like 6. From there, I kind of grew up being bullied with an unstable home and poverty. Even when I finally got more stability, I was so severely bullied through high school and was unable to really process the trauma of my childhood. So eventually, I ended up going through a deep depression, which caused me to stay online and stay at home all the time, locked into my room, not really going out and speaking to anybody. Through that period of time, I've learned an incredible amount of information on sexology, psychology, the LGBTQ community, on marginalized groups, on racism. I've learned a lot of things on all these subjects, and I also discovered a passion for it. Although I've always was the friend that gave the advice and that said the things, this depression really spiked an immense curiosity towards these things as I was trying to understand what I was going through and what other people go through and why these things happen. So I started really diving into that. Eventually things got a little bit easier and I started going out more, but then I fell into a party phase. And then all throughout that period, I still had an interest and I still learned from here and there, because a deep part of me always wanted to be better, always dreamt of a bigger life for myself, of something better than just partying and poverty and money issues, and trauma. I wanted better for myself, and so I kept learning and wanting, and the one consistent thing that I kept doing that made me better was wanting to be better, was hoping that I could get better, hoping that my life would be better. So eventually I started my spiritual awakening through a really bad heartache. I lived with a person who broke my heart, and they had their partner over, and I had to see this thing happen and unravel, and it was really difficult for me to process my emotions through that time, and it was very intense emotions. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, so intense emotions is my thing, and it kind of came down to the decision: do I drown myself and my sorrows in drugs, food, sugar, alcohol, and like get worse? And I knew where that would lead me because I've been there before. Or do I do everything in my power to be better and to do better? And through researching more and more about psychology and things, I found out about the law of attraction and about how that kind of world worked, and it sparked an interest in taking care of myself again, which had been a while that it had been sparked. And I really started focusing on my health, my mental health, my sanity, and I started meditating and doing things for myself and trying to manifest things from the universe. Since then, there's been a few ups and downs, and the last down allowed me to be where I am now, because it came down to me either continuously pleasing people and continuously not being enough and feeding this story that I'm not good enough, that people don't like me, feeding the same story that I've told myself over and over and over again through my experiences throughout my life. Or, on the opposite hand, I can just stop pleasing people and realize that I can never make everybody happy, and that the only person that I can control whether or not likes me and takes care of me is myself. Once I started realizing this, things started falling together and falling apart. Because on this journey, you lose people, you lose things, you lose so much, but they're all things that, even if they feel like you could not live without them, they're all things that were holding you back and holding you down. So once I started making decisions for myself and taking care of myself and loving myself for who I truly am, and accepting what I truly want out of life, and without putting other people's thoughts and wants for me and ideas for me, not letting my parents' expectations or my grandparents' expectations fall into this, when I finally started doing things for myself because I wanted to do them, because I liked them, because I felt that that was aligned with me, things started falling together, and I started finding people who wanted to support me, who wanted to hear me, who wanted to help me out, who wanted to listen to me, and who wanted to be my friend and to be in my life. And I may not be where I want to be now, but I am where I want to be with myself, and I know that everything else will fall together, and I will show you that too throughout this process. But I also want to inspire you throughout this process to start making these decisions for yourself. Because the truth is, being stuck in this negative mindset and to this being stuck in survival mode and victim mindset, it often feels like people will care about you more in those circumstances. People will start taking care of you. People will want to hand you things. People want to help you. So we tend to repeat this story about ourselves, but oh, life is so hard for us, because we believe that we will get things out of it, that people will want to help us. People will feel bad enough for us that they'll want to help us, or that eventually somebody is going to see how bad we are and help us or save us. But that is giving our power away, and the thing is, the person who can save us, the person who will and who will not disappoint us, is ourselves. You can take this power, you can take the power back, and you can start making decisions for yourself. You can start cutting off whoever you want to cut off. You can start talking to whoever you want to start talking to. You can learn the things you want to learn. There's nothing holding you back except yourself and the beliefs that other people have fed you. And that is what I realized. And I want to help people make that realizations for themselves. And I do want to say that if you're hearing this and everything that I say is triggering you or is making you feel uneasy, or I sound like I'm full of shit to you, then you may not be ready for this. And if you're not ready for this, I want to tell you that that doesn't make you any less worthy than I am or anybody else is. You are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are strong, regardless of whether or not you are ready to take life in your own hands. Some of us are never ready. And that's just their journey. So regardless of where you are right now, if you're hearing this message, regardless of how you're feeling, just know that you are worthy. And if you are not triggered by this, or even if you are triggered but you're somehow still interested, go ahead and subscribe, follow it, press the notification button, like this video, and I will keep posting every week. And now that I've gone all about me, I will be posting tips and tricks and what I have done personally to become this better version of myself and to finally love and accept myself enough to start making the better decisions for myself. So, on that note, I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for listening.